Hi there, folks. Keywii here, and welcome back to Ace Academy, a safe space which would be awesome, where we're just, having some fun, doing our stuff, and, saying how good it is. Your first year from home is always the hardest, or whatever. Pilot stands up, nearly knocking over his chair.
First year?
Valerie smiles.
Is that a problem?
Why did you tell me you can drink?
I can. I'm back in France.
I'm not trying to get into trouble. Just forget about this.
Aww. I ruined the opportunity. Shrugs as he walks away.
At least I got my drink.
You know what? Fair enough. If you want to be positive about it, kudos. Nope. I intercept the beverage. Whoa!
Hey! That's mine!
Weren't you paying attention? You're underage. You can't drink. Wow, I'm a dick. She crosses her arms and pouts.
That's not fair. I've been drinking since I was 18.
Boom!
It's silly that because the age is so high here, I can't drink anymore.
Also, 18 is the highest age in literally every country except America. So the fact that you're in Japan means you can drink. Let's be real here. Unless they changed it. Well, anyway. I get that you're frustrated, but the school is very strict about its policies. If you're caught breaking the law, the consequences would be loud. That says bad.
How bad can it be?
Like expelled bad. They're very careful, especially here in the pilot's lounge, where there is a grade that can't drink. Valerie's look softens, then her mischievous grin returns.
I understand what you're saying, but I think you scared away my date not for my protection, but because you wanted me all to yourself.
Really? I mean, yeah. Yes, you guessed correctly. Why is this the only positive reformation for that comment? Pretty irresistible. Oh, whoa. I don't think I've ever seen the word irresistible before. Because that looks fucking weird. I think it's the two R's there. I don't know. It seems the feeling is fucked. Seems the feeling is mutual.
What gives you that idea?
Well, you haven't left yet. I think someone that enjoys my company very much.
Oh, yeah? You're imagining things.
I'd like to see you prove that. Pretends to be disinterested, but she's still here, smiling at me.
Well, you confiscated my drink and scared away my date. Guess there isn't anything left to keep me here.
She stands to leave, but I stop her. Please stay. Like the most desperate. I was planning on watching the match. Would you want to watch with me? She's back down and puts her elbow on the table, resting her face in her hands.
That depends. Will you get me a drink?
Of course! Walks back with water.
A soda, please. What kind of girl do you think I am?
A manipulative one. I'm at your smile and stand. Sure. We spend time together until I have to leave for class. It was fun. Fun times. Hey, Yuna! Yuna's already waiting for me at the library. A tablet with the SBA logo is clutched in her hand. She smiles and breathes a sigh of relief when she sees me.
Oh, good. You're still wearing your uniform. I forgot to tell you yesterday to wear it, and remembered too late to text you.
I mean, you told me to come here straight after school, so I wouldn't have changed. Also, I don't think I own any other clothing. I just only wear this. I was so preoccupied in what I would say today that I forgot to think about what I'd wear. No worries. I hope my voice sounds more confident than I feel. Yuna notices the waver in my voice. She places a hand on my shoulder. You, look into my eyes, my sultry eyes. You will go places. I know I was going that bit, but here we go. The heat of her hand soothes my nerves, and I relax a little bit.
Okay, well, are you ready to go?
Yep. She starts towards the bus stop when I stop her. I can drive us. I put my hand on her shoulder. Bitch, I got you.
Are you sure? Yeah,
let's go. She follows me into the parking lot and to my bike. Without a second thought, I hop on, but Yuna hesitates. We sort of glossed over the part where I got my actual parking spot, but whatever. What's wrong?
Oh, nothing. I just didn't know you had a motorcycle and not a car.
No, I'm so amazing at everything. She gingerly slides onto the bike. As a ginger myself, I know exactly what that means. Once she's settled, we speed off. Yuna directs me where to go and eventually tells me to park in front of an impressive building. That building is impressive. I don't know in what way, but it is. It's narrow, but shoots straight into the sky, cutting through the clouds. As we walk in, a pesky receptionist greets us behind her desk.
Welcome to WorkTap Corporation. How may I help you?
Why wouldn't you just draw her sitting? Whatever. Yuna steps forward.
I'm Yuna Misaki from Ace Academy's SBA.
Misaki.
I have an appointment with Mr. Takeda.
The receptionist smiles and gestures to the empty chairs.
Of course. If you'll please take a seat, he'll be with you shortly.
But of course. As soon as we take our seats, the receptionist types a rapid sequence into her computer, then drags a document from her monitor onto her tablet and disappears into a hall in the back. I glance at Yuna, she meticulously going over her notes. Are you nervous? 'Cause I sure as fuck am. She thinks for a moment.
Not as much as I thought I'd be. Are you?
I just explained that either really nervous or really hungry. My stomach is real nervous. If we can resist these pearly whites. Nerves are like feelings. They don't exist. The hell does that mean? No, I'm gonna go with a slightly more reasonable one. My stomach is in knots. Yuna smiles encouragingly.
Don't worry, you'll do great.
Her confidence helps ease my nerves, and I smile back. I'm glad to have you here with me. Aww. A blush creeps into her cheeks, but she seems pleased. The receptionist comes back and gestures for us to follow her. Her ponytail bounces behind her as she walks briskly down the hall and directs us into a spacious office. Oh, dang, look at this guy. A portly, older man sits behind an old-fashioned mahogany desk. His jowls wiggle as he offers us seats. It's not a thing I thought would jiggle. What? Which we both take. The walls are painted white, but one wall has a translucent sheen with Yuna's SBA submission packet projected onto it. His chair squeaks in protest. Oh, you can't really hear it. My desk sort of does that. His chair squeaks in protest as he leans forward to greet us.
Miss Misaki, it's a pleasure to see you again.
Damn, that smoothness.
Thank you for agreeing to meet with us, Mr. Takeda. I'd like to introduce my associate.
I'm Ethan Seiko. It's nice to meet...
I'm Ethan Seiko. It's nice to meet you.
He nods in acknowledgement while Yuna continues.
He is here to represent his team at Ace Academy.
And you are in need of a sponsor.
That is correct. Yes, sir.
He waves a hand towards the wall and shuffles the data on there.
As you can see, Miss Misaki did a detailed job of describing you and your team in your application. But I'd like to hear from you. Tell me about yourself.
I'm a man on a mission.
Always had interest in gear. Yeah, this one, the sensible one. I grew up in the world of gears and knew from an early age that I wanted to be a pilot. While a student at CINY, I began my program in piloting and earned top marks in all my classes. I recently transferred and tested into the pilot program at Ace Academy, where I'm pursuing my degree in piloting.
As a transfer student, that's not an easy program to test into.
Well, I'm well aware, but I'm fucking doing it. He sounds impressed.
Tell me, out of all your other options, why did you choose Warp Tech Corporation?
It's the best around. Money, 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 money! I didn't. Now I'm gonna go with this one. It was an easy decision. I'm a fucking professional businessman. It was an easy decision. Warp Tech Corporation sets a standard for gear weaponry. I read about their latest announcement and the advancement in particle technology. Some output on the beam weaponry while reducing core usage by 15%. None of your competitors have made a breakthrough like that yet.
There has also been some controversy over that release.
Well, sure, but... the same as saying using the new technology will affect the longevity of a weapon. But there's no proof of that yet. I prefer to see evidence than believe rumors. He nods. Damn, my dude's fucking smooth when he wants to be, and real dumb when he isn't.
Keeping up to date with the latest releases.
Right? I think I detect a hint of approval in his voice.
Okay, and why should Warp Tech Corporation choose you? In other words, what sets you apart from the competition?
I'm amazing. I'm international? Possibly. We're a breath of fresh air, that sounds a little... That sounds a little like anyone would say that. My team is half women. I'm not sure why that would matter in particular. I feel like I'm going to take my finger off the button so I don't accidentally click one. Obviously, I feel like the top one is the one I'm supposed to choose. But I don't know. I just don't know. I'm international. That could mean something. My teams have women. I feel like that shouldn't mean something since it's the future. And, yeah, fuck it. I'll pick this one. As a new team, we aren't so set in our ways that we stifle creativity. We're not afraid to try new strategies we think will benefit the team. And we're receptive to feedback. That said, we're also acutely aware of our abilities. We work well together because we are upfront with each other, not only about our strengths, but also about our weaknesses, and we use that knowledge to our advantage. I sneak a peek at Yuna, who seems pleased. Mr. Takeda seems to appreciate my answers as well.
Well, I think I've heard enough for now.
Get the
Miss
fuck out.
Misaki, do you have a copy of your team's qualifier transcripts?
Yes, of course.
She flips on her tablet and flicks a document onto the projected wall. The interview seems to be going well, though that is absolutely not even slightly an indication of what's actually happening. You can have what you think is the best interview of all time and still not get the job. Trust me. The interview seems to be going well. I glance at Yuna, who smiles encouragingly at me. Mr. Takeda takes a quick glance at the file and frowns.
Your team is only ranked 21?
Yes, sir. He sighs and turns off the projection.
You seem generally passionate about your team and your studies, and perhaps if the circumstances were different, we would consider your candidacy.
We only care about how popular you are.
Tech only accepts teams who are ranked within the top 10 from Ace Academy.
As I'm still processing the rejection, Yuna protests on my behalf.
Mr. Takeda, couldn't you make an exception? You said yourself that if rank weren't a factor, his team would be a strong candidate. A representation by you would make a significant difference in their growth and development, and their success reflects positively on you and your company.
That could have been voiced a little better.
I'm sorry, Miss Misaki.
But they're just not good enough.
I do believe with skills like his, he will find a sponsor. Just not with us.
Oh, that's the start of the fucking failure train.
Won't you even give him a chance?
Well, now you're begging, and I don't like people who beg. Get out of my office.
Miss Misaki, I'm sure you understand the image that we have built and what would happen to that image if we stopped recruiting from the top 10. I thank you very much for your interest in us and wish you the best of luck in your future endeavors.
Yep, endeavors. Whoa, you, my man, you need to repronounce that word. My God. His voice has a hard edge of finality. He gestures towards the door, then returns his attention to his desk. All pretenses drop. Yuna storms out of the office, while I follow calmly behind. She might get rejected a lot. Disappointment makes my feet feel heavy. Look, you're good enough, but we don't want you. Get out. That's basically what happened, and basically all I've heard my entire life. After we leave the building, Yuna whirls to face me.
What? A hypocrite! How can his company promote taking risks when he won't take any himself? I'm sorry you had to go through that.
It's fine. It's okay, it's a long shot anyway. Even though we didn't get the sponsorship, I still appreciate you helping me out. You're pretty awesome, not gonna lie.
Don't give up just yet. I will get you a sponsor.
And I will stand by you, but, you know, I'm gonna go have lunch. I'm not sure how far positive thinking will get us. Leaving less to the imagination might work out in our favor. Let's be realistic. Ooh, they're all discouraging her. Okay. How do I wish to be discouraging? Let's see. Not sure how far positive thinking will get us. No, that's definitely not right. You want to be positive. Leaving less to the imagination might work out in our favor. Let's be realistic. I'm going to go in the middle one here. We should show off more of our assets next time.
I doubt that would work.
It's not the reaction I expected. I've never seen her so serious before. Not sure what else we can try. Without waiting for me to answer, she hops on the back of my bike. I get on after her and start the engine. Yuna is quiet the entire ride back to campus. When we arrive, she gives me a hurried goodbye and rushes off, leaving me wondering just what she has planned. I could have done the realistic one, I guess. Well, sitting here and stewing in my thoughts isn't productive. I have some time to spend before I need to go home. Maybe someone will be free. I got 15 minutes. That's what I'm at. Oh, they didn't even let me choose. Okay, I guess, never mind. I don't get to pick who I'm hanging out with. Hey guys, I'm home.
You can't just decide that without telling me.
Okay, I guess I won't come home. Kato's voice stops me, and I see him pacing back and forth in the kitchen.
So cut it short. This is the opening day of my new restaurant. They'll expect me to be there, and they'll expect you there too.
As I get closer to the kitchen, I hear a woman's voice on the other end of the line.
I really don't care. Part of our arrangement was that we'd consult each other before making a decision, and you didn't. So how you're supposed to be in two places at once really isn't my problem.
Oh, shit. A flurry of muffled words on the line has Kato frowning deeper and deeper into the pool of frown.
Don't forget, we are still married.
Oh!
We promised to do whatever it took to make sure nothing interfered with our careers. Well, if you don't show up, then that will certainly interfere with my career.
Married? Is he talking to Aunt Yuki? There's a pause. I think I hear her say, "I'll see what I can do," and hang up. Uncle Kato slams the phone onto the table, then falls into a chair and holds his head in his hands. Hey, Uncle Kato. He glances up and gives me a weak smile. I don't know, that fucking looks pretty confident to me.
You're back. How was school today?
It could be better, but you know what? I'm not complaining. Complaining does nothing. I sit beside him. I wasn't trying to eavesdrop, but I heard you talking to Aunt Yuna just now. Or Yuki. He looks a little uneasy, but waits for me to finish. What did you mean still married? Isn't Aunt Yuki just away on business?
Sort of.
Okay. Kato sighs wearily and rubs his temples.
I suppose you're old enough to know the truth. Your aunt and I are separated.
Aunt?
We have been for the last 6 months.
Ah. Last 6 months? But they aren't divorced?
No.
Ah. How come we didn't know? We're your family. You tell your family everything. You know, except when that isn't realistic.
We had to keep it quiet. Divorce is viewed differently here in Japan. It's not as common as in the States, and Yuki and I don't want our personal issues to interfere with our careers.
I mean, fair enough. I remember the stories Mom told me about how difficult it was when she and Dad first got married. She couldn't have stayed in Japan even if she wanted to. If you two are just separated, does that mean Aunt Yuki is here in Isakaze?
Yes.
Shouldn't have lied. I mean, I can see her? I get it. I know Japan has stricter rules on family and what's proper, so don't blame you for keeping this a secret from us. Kato grins in relief.
You don't know how much that means to me, kid.
I mean, it's honestly the best option. The other two are pretty dickish. Are you going to tell Nikki? He thinks before responding.
Yes, I will.
Okay, well that's good. Do you think she'll be angry you lied? Nikki's always been more sensitive than I. He shrugs.
Maybe. But I think she's mature enough to understand why we did it.
Oh, I disagree. Yeah, it must be exhausting hiding it from everyone. My god.
It has been.
Okay, well. What did Aunt Yuki say when you told her we were living with you?
Well, about that.
You really got to stop keeping secrets, my man. Kato trails off and refuses to meet my eyes. She doesn't know we're here.
No.
Were you planning on telling her?
Of course. I just haven't gotten around to it yet.
Well, knowing your track record, it would have been about 2 years. I know Uncle Kato doesn't share anymore, but I can't stop myself from asking. Since we're talking about it now, what happened between you two? He sighs.
Yuki was ready to have kids, and I wasn't. We discussed the possibility of having children when we first got married, and I kept pushing it back. I wanted to focus on my career, and for a while, so did she.
Well, you could have said so at the time.
Well, you know how women are. At some point, their biological clock starts ticking. She didn't want to wait.
Not touching that one. But they still weren't ready?
No. After that huge argument, we started to drive each other crazy. I became acutely aware of all those small things Yuki did that I hated.
Oh, yeah.
We fought all the time, and at some point, we agreed that this wasn't working anymore.
Man, when my ex broke up with me in that initial breakup phase of I'm crying for days, I realized there was basically nothing I liked about her. It's just a tragedy.
And that's how it's been for the last 6 months until we can figure out a more permanent solution.
A gun. Just have a shootout out back. But that'll have to be it for this one. Thank you guys so much for watching. I, of course, have been Keywii. You've been great too, and you know, don't ever change and all that shit. Just be you. Be great. And also don't lie. Primarily because the longer you put it off, the more it pisses people off. I don't care about lying personally, but just don't fucking put it off. Just speak your goddamn mind. What the hell's stopping you? No one but you is stopping you. Right, but that'll have to be it for this one. Thank you guys so much for watching. I, of course, have been Keywii. You've been great too, and you yourself a delightful day. Goodbye.